Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Maha 2018. And as you can see, we've got another interesting background, which we're going to be talking about. It's just absolutely beautiful here at the Perikanan section. Earlier, if you've been watching our bio chat, we've had aquariums behind us and everything. And now what we have here is a terrarium. So I'm not going to say much, except to introduce these guys and have them tell you everything about this. Welcome.
Hi.
You guys are from Urban Green Cabin.
That's right.
Okay, perhaps you'd like to introduce yourselves and tell us more about this wonderful terrarium.
Right. Hi everyone, my name is Desmond and this is my partner here, Xian. We're specialized in 4 types of realms actually. So we are specialized in aquarium, terrarium, vivarium and paludarium. So actually what you see in here is can be called a terrarium, it also can be called a vivarium. Okay, viva is a tank. You're trying to mimic the nature of a certain species of animal, a habitat for them. It's actually called a vivarium. Yeah, and the vivarium today is in Maha. We are trying to create a carnivorous vivarium. It's a very interesting plant. So as all may know, some of the forest is having a very big problems, deforestation, and it's very lacking nutrients, and a lot of plants are now not getting enough nitrogen from the soil no longer anymore. So a lot of plants has been turning into carnivorous plant for the reason 200,000 years. Why? Because they need to eat something from animals, like they're eating flies or mosquito, so that they can produce the nitrogen by themselves. So today we present to you this carnivorous vivarium. At the same time, we are trying to incorporate what you can do with your hobby. I mean, you can incorporate technology together with this. You see these little animals here? It's trying to climbing out because it's having so much fun. So this is the salamander that we're trying to put it into our vivarium. It's looking for food. It's easily very interesting. So they're looking for food, they're looking for humidity as well. So yeah, as soon he's going to escape, but he will get back to the water very, very soon. And you can see the tank is actually half water and half land, with all these colorful plants in here. Okay, so all these are carnivorous plants. So I can name you a few species of carnivorous plant. The first species I would like to introduce you is we call it Sarracenia. So this Sarracenia is very interesting, a very interesting plant. It's a family of pitcher plants. So the structure of it is amazing. So the neck of this Sarracenia is filled with tiny little air. It makes the insect to crawl up very easily. But why the insects will get attracted by this? Because it will produce an enzyme in this particular part here, a smell, a scent. So when the insect reach here, it will slip right in. And this pitcher, they will produce a liquid, half of its pitcher. The liquid is what we call a flash digesting enzyme. So everything that falls into that liquid will be liquidified. So that's how it becomes carnivorous. So we also have this here, we call it a Drosera. It's a very, very weird looking plants in here. So if you look carefully, there's a lot of dew around these plants. So the dew is produced by the plant is actually a glue. It's actually a glue. So everything you will walk past this plant will be glued and digested. Will be glued and digested. And also the most amazing carnivorous plant, the plant for the recent 100 years, they are learning how to move already. So I'm showing you a plant that literally can move. So this is the plant that can move. So this is, we call it a Venus flytrap. A Venus flytrap. So any insect that walk past to this jaw in here 2 times, it will close up and snaps. So don't ask me why it knows tools. They simply knows. So they won't snap even 1 time. They will snap if there's 2 times. So the plant actually knows how to count, if you think about it.
Yeah.
All right, it's really amazing. And this plant has been surviving for the recent 200,000 years, and they are multiplying very, very fast. They're multiplying very, very fast. The reason why we create this vivarium is we want to create awareness to the people that we are having problems with our forests right now, because a lot of plants is turning into carnivorous, and if you don't do something about it, then something bad is going to happen to us. All right, literally we are fighting food. Human beings, animal kingdoms, plants, everything is fighting food because of human activities. There's too much human activity in the forest. So this is what's happening right now. Okay, so maybe I'll show you a little bit technology about our tank. So our tank here is built with applications. We link it with applications. We have installed a sensor in here that we're going to detect the temperature and humidity of this tank. So whenever it detects the lack of water in this tank, it will rain by itself. So let me show you how it rains right now. So can we turn on the rain? This is how it rains. Look at it. So it will help you to water the plants by itself. So when it gets enough water, then the rain will stop. Okay? And this is the rain, how it will stop. Okay? Alright? So this is how it stops. So we also have a humidity sensor about this plant. Whenever it detects a lack of humidity in this tank, it will release a fogging by itself to increase the humidity within this tank by itself. Okay, so here comes the fogging effects. Alright, and every element in this tank is being watched or monitored by applications. We also have a record systems to record for the past 1 day, 1 month, or even 1 year of every fluctuations of temperature and humidity, so that we can know what to do with the tanks as well. So, and also we can create the reason why all these outdoor plants can survive in this indoor is because of this full spectrum lighting here. So this full spectrum lighting is trying to mimic what we have in the sunlight, as close as it can be, as close as it can be. So the system also will allow you to turn off and turn on the light by itself. Okay, so this is how we're going to show you. In every day, it will turn off by itself. When the time comes, it will turn on the light by itself. So it's giving the tank 8 to 10 hours of life cycle, just like the nature, exactly like the nature. So it doesn't shock the plant. It's a controlled environment. So we like to call ourselves an urban gardener. Why? Because we are trying to bring every outdoor plants indoor. Because this is what the urban living are meant to be. A lot of us, we want to keep plants, but we don't have enough space anymore. So we started this hobby many years ago, and we starting to look for the best light for systems, the best light for our plants, and all that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's all really wonderful. I'm just amazed at the fact that you guys can control the entire environment of this vivarium. I'm sorry about earlier, I was calling it terrarium, but this is a vivarium. And everything, I noticed you can control it from your phone, so everything, there's an application for it, and very high tech. Is there more of this vivarium that we can see here at Maha?
Yes, you can find us at Hall A. We're going to display a lot of our products here. We're going to display a lot of our products in Hall A. Actually, the vivarium are not just meant for ornamental hobby. It can be used in agriculture as well. This is what we are trying to tell people. In future, growing tomato or strawberry in your home is not a dream anymore. You can do it simply, very easily with the technology that are available today. Previously, it's impossible. But with all this lighting and sensors and everything, Wi-Fi controller, you can do that. It's very simple. So we are looking into the future. In the next 2 years, we might have a lot of vegetables growing in the home. This is very exciting. In fact, we are doing microgreen projects right now. We're having our own small little labs, so that we are doing tissue culture labs tissue culture in our lab right now. So in future, we're going to be able to educate more people. We conduct a lot of workshops to educate students and corporate team buildings for this event as well. Yeah, all right.
That's wonderful. Okay, so if you're interested in everything that you've said, vivariums, urban gardening, tissue culture, you can find them here at Maha. It's an 11-day event, and you guys should not miss talking to them or seeing their wonderful displays of everything. As you can see, the greens, the fish. I'd like to thank Urban Green Cabin for being with us at BioChat, and I'll see you guys later. Again, don't forget to catch them at Maha 2018. Thank you.
Thank you.